Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to an exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place during the auction that occurred a number of nights ago, as Mr. Spudgun has been summoned via, well, he prefers to be called by his proper title of Voivode. He despises being called Bishop. It irks the crap out of him. What was it? Yes, Petrovich. That was his name. My apologies. I forgot his name for a moment. The entity that's sitting in front of you could either be best described as either appearance 8 or appearance -8, depending on your particular perspective. But it looks at you with very, very deep and almost inhuman eyes as it says, "If I'm honest, I'm surprised you've survived this long, Mr. Spudgun."
If I can be quite honest, my voivode, I would have expected nothing less of, well, considering whom I learned from. Perhaps it is a testament to the strength that I was imbued with and the skills that were vested in me by my, by the circumstances of my life before and the circumstances of my embrace.
There's a very slow nod of acceptance of that statement. And it says, "This city has grown feculent and weak. It is now a place that is inhabited by insects, where once lions prowled." Well, there's a very nonchalant shrug of the shoulders. Things change. All things come in circle.
A Hegelian dialectic, as it were.
There's a very slow nod of the head. Soon, reinforcements will arrive, and they will sweep this city clean.
That's good to hear. I'm presuming that you already have intelligence on, well, the local names, local heavy hitters, local places where the Camarilla, the pawns are located, aye?
Leaning in very, very closely, he will say, "One of my brothers has been walking amongst your type for months now, and no one has even noticed."
Oh, that's tremendous news. Always knew that I wasn't the only one, well, besides myself and, well, Brother Tanner. And I suppose now my ex-sister, Emily.
Ah, she has drunk the concepts of the Camarilla in, then, I take it.
She chose to betray us, to side with the enemy, instead of standing by her principles, or at least the principles we tried to teach her during the time that we were all in service to the sword.
You never left the service of the sword, Mr. Spudgun. At least I should hope not.
No, we did not.
Good. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Now then. My agents have reported to me this blood hunt that this feculent prince, bastard spawn of an ancient god who thinks himself still relevant, has leveled upon you.
Aye.
I believe that there is more use that you may be able to yield us, Mr. Spudgun.
I'm almost certain that it was done purely because, well, I fought with the sheriff of this place before, Vincent Hennessy, the Nosferatu. I think I may have frightened him a little.
This is the one who still has vanity and hides his face behind the mask.
And the one that's a little bit shorter than I am, yeah. I say a little bit. I mean, I'm not exactly Andre the Giant, but I'm no Tyrion Lannister neither.
Needless to say, our brothers and their sisters are coming in order to wipe this place clean in fire. However, ultimately, I have use for you, Mr. Spudgun, and this Mr. Tanner, if he has also maintained his loyalty to the sword.
We've only had each other since, since the unfortunate business several years ago. And then Bishop Marifosa disappearing.
She did not disappear. She sold out to the Camarilla so that she would be allowed to slink back to Spain.
Really now?
There's a single nod of his head.
I would expect that a traitor like that would have been paid as a traitor is due.
She possessed and still does possess a valuable knowledge. Let us put it like this. She has been a leash has been placed around her neck, and she now knows very much whose dog she is.
May she not forget such a... Well... May she not never forget who holds the leash, aye.
But yes, if you are willing, Mr. Spudgun, I am prepared to have you and this Mr. Tanner secreted from this city and sent back into the loving arms of the embrace of the Sabbat in Mexico City, where I believe that you may be able to do a world of good.
I am yours to command, my voivode.
He nods his head once and he says, see to whatever affairs you need to see to in this feculent place. My man will, he reaches into the folds of, it's wearing a kind of a light kind of a shift as opposed to a cloak, but it reaches inside and it pulls out with very long fingers. You'll note its fingers have 4 knuckle joints. Just right. But it reaches in and it removes a small business card and it places it down in front of you.
Yes, but gonna make sure no one's watching him, and before he'll take the business card and just have a look at it in the corner of his hand.
There's no name on it. There's nothing. There's just a phone number. He'll say, see to the closing up of your affairs and whatever personal belongings you wish to see to. Then contact this gentleman. He will see to it that you are spirited out of the city. And once you arrive in Mexico, simply give my name, and my acolytes will be more than happy to see you on your way to your next, he contemplates, agenda.
Of course. I'll make sure that Tanner gets this message as well.
See to it that he is not squeamish about the method in which he travels, one hopes.
He's been learning a few things from me.
Good.
Things that we learnt from before. And if he doesn't appreciate the effort that I've gone through him, that I've gone to protect him as my brother in Cain, then I'll just have to educate him as I have always done, as we have always done.
From this moment forward, oh, I'm trying to think because I always get these two mixed up. Yes, from this moment forward, I name you a Templar in the service of the Sabbath, but you will no doubt do well in our heartland.
Ave Cain.
Ave Cain. And with that, the voivode just stands up. He appears. You wouldn't say he's lost interest in the conversation, but he's pretty much said all he needs to. And you probably assume he's on a road that does not intimate that polite conversation is necessary as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything you wish to say to him before he makes his way out?
Well, probably. You did say that he was giving him that makeup kit, didn't he? Or am I misremembering?
Yeah, he basically just pushes. He doesn't actually give it to you. He just leaves it on the counter. He doesn't seem to give a damn about it.
Yeah. Spudgun will probably just gesture with his head. If you don't mind me asking, my voivode, you paid a high price for this. What exactly does it do?
No, Mr. Spudgun. You will find that I paid nothing for it. Other people bought it, literally, in fact. But to answer your question, it enables those who are not of the blood to mimic vicissitude, and I did not like this concept. I found it distasteful.
Interesting.
Take it and give it to Tanner. I don't care if you burn it. Just. He shrugs nonchalantly.
Just make sure that no Tremere gets their hands on it. I understand.
As you say the word Tremere, you can almost see him snarl. Like the lips turn in a kind of a genuine kind of a look of displeasure, but he wrestles it down. But there's a simple nod of the head.
And then Spudgun will, correct himself. Oh, excuse me. I meant to say maggot.
That is more correct. But my evening grows short, and I have to travel back to Waterford before the dawn. So I shall bid you good evening, Mr. Spudgun.
Good evening, my voivode.
They will come for my city, or rather my entrenchments, and I will watch as they bloody themselves, crimson on them. I am well prepared.
My only request, if I could be so bold as to make one, my voivode, tear Emily Stevenson apart limb by limb for the betrayal that she has done for us.
I will make you a deal, as showing that I am a generous patron. If she is taken in a state to which she can be brought back, I will have her sent to you in Mexico City, and you may do with her there as you like.
You are too kind, my voivode.
She has turned her back on the sword. She must now feel its blade.
To be embraced into the loving arms of Cain himself is a privilege few Cainites are offered. To scorn such a privilege, it's blasphemy beyond description.
And with that, he will walk up the stairs. So, if you're happy with that, we can end this scene.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.